Welcome for the placement game in the PWHPA Championship weekend. We are at the Toyota Sports Center in El Segundo, California. And Izzy, Liz, joining you on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm lying, it's actually raining again in California while we're here, but welcome. And we've got Team Adidas, Team Sonnet, and we've got some really special guests coming out for a ceremonial puck drop, Liz.
Yeah, we've got Blake Bolden and Manon Réaume joining us at center ice for the ceremonial puck drop. And Blake sporting her jersey from year one of the PWHPA Secret Dream Gap Tour, back when we were just trying to figure out how we were going to get this thing off the ground and keep these athletes on the ice. Blake was a part of that group, and great to see her out here today. And of course, Manon Réaume, Director of Operations and Prospects for the LA Kings. Blake as well, working with the LA Kings as a head scout. So great to have these two powerful women, former athletes, joining the PWHPA here in Championship Weekend.
Well, we got two teams, obviously tough losses yesterday. Sonnet losing in overtime against Harvey's, and Adidas losing in overtime against Scotiabank. What can we expect from this placement game today, Liz?
Yeah, both teams coming off of those tough losses, and I think we could feel it in the energy in the rink prior to game. Both teams very disappointed to be playing in this game today, but nevertheless, once the puck drops, I think we're going to see a great fast-paced game. Two very different styled teams. Team Adidas off the rush, everything off the rush. They've got incredible north-south speed, and they look to go east-west as they get that blue line. On the other side, Team Sonnet likes to get pucks in deep. They're working the cycle, trying to get chances in the slot. So we've got two different styles of play on the ice. We'll see how they pair up against each other.
I agree. I think both sides and both coaches did say, you know, it's hard to bounce back in a short amount of time. They don't have a lot of preparation. They didn't have a lot of rest, especially for Adidas. We got back to the hotel last night. It was close to 1 a.m. So a quick turnaround for them, but motivated to give everybody here in LA a great show. And we've got to thank our affiliates, the LA Kings, for hosting us today. They've been great hosts so far, as we see Blake Bolden and Manon Réaume making their way onto the ice now in LA. Some important female figures in hockey, not only on the female side, but also on the male side. And Manon Réaume, obviously a tremendous story, the first goaltender and first female to ever participate in NHL competition. And it was a little time ago, but
yeah. Well, she was an inspiration to so many of us, though. And Blake Bolden as well, carving out her path to the NHL, to her organization now with the LA Kings. You see a big smile on her face as she took to the ice, looking across the rink at some familiar faces, old friends, current, teammates that she's used to seeing on the ice. So great to have these two with us today.
And you see Hillary Knight and Megan Mickelson taking the ceremonial puck drop. And Hillary Knight, obviously one of the fan favorites in California. She has history here and roots here as well. And a leader for Team Sonnet. And Megan Mickelson, what more can you say about Megan Mickelson? An incredible goal yesterday from the point, just a blast of a one-timer off the pass from Laura Stacey, and obviously that incredible story of coming back at the age of 37 after blowing out her knee and winning the World Championship with Team Canada once again. We're going to go to commercial, and we've got a really good game coming up for you. It's the placement game. It's Team Sonnet versus Team Adidas. We'll be right back with puck drop after this.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
The sun is out. The music is in your control. Your crush is here. The vibe is good. Vizzy Hard Seltzer is a vibe.
Just take off the carpet of the ice, but I want to talk about Team Adidas' starting lineup. And we asked Matt Leitner before the game. It was a little bit of an odd pairing. These players don't play on the same line together, so we were wondering why they were starting. And Liz, you got a good answer.
Yeah, well, to our suspicion, Matt Leitner making sure that he honors the players that have kind of stuck it out this season, maybe didn't see the most amount of ice, especially in yesterday's game. So Dossler and Curlett took a last-minute flight to come join Team Adidas, and she's just one of those locker room girls. It was important to have her presence in the locker room. Happy to have her back. And Dossler, just nose to the grindstone kind of player, can make things happen around her. But as I said, didn't quite see the ice time that I'm sure they were hoping for last night. And then on the back end, Mikkelsen and Krzyzaniak. And as we know, this is going to be the last game of the PWHPA showcase for these two teams. And it's always that burning thought of retirement. And for some of these older players with careers ahead of them, you know, it's a matter of time before this may be their last game. So Matt Leitner making sure that he honors those senior players and gives them the start here today. Of course, Megan Mikkelsen, as you mentioned before the game, scoring that big goal yesterday. You know, she was hard on herself on the penalty late in the game, but just a testament to the amount of passion that she plays with, and she's been such an asset to the PWHPA.
Well, we hope it's not the last we see of these athletes, but we will enjoy today's game if it is. And we're underway now at the Toyota Sports Center. Abby Rock now. Forward to Skarupa. Good breakout for Sonnet to start the game. Leslie, she was one of Sonnet's better players on the ice in the semifinal. She tries to send it down for Skarupa. It's taken away by Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen, the pass to Krzyzaniak, just a little short of her stick. They'll have to regroup in behind. Aaron Frankel will have to get to the goaltenders in a second here as Skarupa's trying to find Zandy Hart at the blue line, but it's going to be cleared out by Vespa. Quickly batted in by Zandy Hart. Mikkelsen now regroups with Krzyzaniak. They'll send it forward. Now Matt Leitner's going to have a little bit of a tricky job ahead of him to try and regain his 3 lines. They send the puck to the near side board. Jenner intercepts. Knight with the shot. Frankel sees her first touch of the puck. Bulkin coming down from the blue line. O'Neill takes it away. Still a battle along the boards. Potomac tries to send it back to Krzyzaniak. Picked off by Jenner. Now on the near side. Curlett. Long pass to Potomac. She'll get off the ice now. Potomac moves it forward to O'Neill. Gives it away to Bulkin. Bulkin to Thompson. Thompson also had a goal in Sonnet's semifinal yesterday. A defense coming up big in both semifinals yesterday. As Nurse with Vespa and Stacy now on the ice. Nurse trying to pick up that puck at center ice. It's bouncing around in the neutral zone. Bunton picks it up. And DiGirolamo will take it away. DiGirolamo got things started yesterday. Her point shot batted in by Sarah Potomac to even things up for Adidas now. Kayla Vespa Might get another look at that wrist shot we saw yesterday, but the toe drag stopped by Brown. Now Vasco back the other way. Alexa Vasco's shot is tipped into the corner. Bunton picks it up at the hash mark. She'll send it over to the far side. Kogan can't get there before the blue line. She'll regroup in the neutral zone with Buckles. Buckles sends it in deep, fast. First on the puck. Off the board, she tries to find Vespa, but taken away by Schneider. Schneider sends it to her D. They'll try to find Tarnowski. Now Sonnet. In the neutral zone, hangs on to it. Finds Donovan, but it bounces off the back of her stick, and now Ambrose has it. Erin Ambrose to Zandy Hart, and that's taken away by Willoughby. Willoughby having an issue maybe with her skates there. She can't find her footing in the corner. Now taken down. We'll get our first penalty of the game. So maybe not an issue with the skates, but just getting heckled in the corner.
Yep, some good hard work there on the forecheck by 17, Caitlin Willoughby. We're going to have a Team Adidas power play. It's running at 12%, which put them third in the association. On the other side, Team Sonnet, their penalty kills at 84.6%.
So just some confusion on the ice for Sonnet as they were trying to send Ambrose to the bench, but the referee is going to keep her on the ice. They'll send Bolkin to the bench instead.
A great smart play there by Erin Ambrose to actually kind of avoid the puck and keep her check away from the corner, allowing her D partner to pick it up and send it the length.
So she does get off, and Bolkin will go out. Here's Hillary Knight on a breakaway. The giveaway from Knight, she scores! Hillary Knight gets things started for Team Sonnet.
Well,
short-handed.
That's a tough play to turn over at that far blue line as you're on the penalty kill. Hillary Knight does a great job keeping the pressure on Team Adidas, trying to break out of their zone, trying to stretch that neutral zone. She's able to get a stick on it, and she's familiar shooting against Erin Frankel at the other end, of course, USA teammates. And she makes no mistake finding that hard spot between kind of the glove and the pad. And if I'm Erin Frankel, I'm looking at Hillary Knight coming down on a breakaway. I think she's going to go bar down or she's going to make a move. So good for her for that deception. We're in a 1-0 Sonnet hockey game.
Well, she's the IIHF scoring leader for a reason, and that is one of them. He plays all over the ice. PK power play.
Well, the way Hillary Knight plays, these points tend to come in bursts. So the fact that she's already on the board less than 4 minutes into this game is a good sign for Team Sonnet.
Well, she had a dominant performance in Washington as well on the Saturday. Wasn't able to compete on Sunday, as they missed her for sure on Sunday, but she continues her point streak, I guess you can say.
And you mentioned it earlier, Izzy. I think we're seeing a little bit early on here the fatigue in this Team Adidas. I mean, they skated their hearts out last night against Scotiabank. That went into extra time. On the other side, Team Sonnet had a little bit more time to recover last night, get some good food and rest into them. And we're seeing them just with a little bit more jump than I think we're used to seeing between these two teams.
Laura Stacey now over the blue line. She'll leave it for Mickelson. They find O'Neill. O'Neill sends it back to the point. Mickelson sends it down in the corner intended for Vespa. It's going to go the distance. Krzyzaniak is going to come down, try to play that puck off the goal line. Vasco is going to clear it out. In the neutral zone, Mickelson to Stacey, and Vespa picks up the one-touch pass. She's taken down in the slot, the loose puck. Everyone's looking for it, and it's going to be cleared out by Sonnet. Still on the PK, and now Zandy Hart comes out, and we're back to 5-on-5, so not much going on the Adidas power play to start things off. 14:40 remaining in the first period, and we've got a 1-0 Sonnet lead. Dossler finds Gribbins. Gribbins with speed, can't get around Brown. Leslie picks up the loose puck, but they can't make anything of it. Rock will help out. Kogan sends it in deep. DiGirolamo first on the puck, but the puck continues to bounce. Now with Sandy Hart at the hash mark, she'll send it down to Rock. Rock is watched closely by Dossler and LaRock, and DiGirolamo picks up the loose puck in behind her own net. The breakout pass intended for Curlette hits a stick, and Larocque will finally clear it out.
Yeah, great strength there by Jocelyn Larocque, who's being pulled in one direction, trying to push the puck ahead with the other, and she's able just to chip that out with one hand on her stick.
Curlette to DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo, the centering pass, misses Dossler at the far blue line. That'll be an icing call. And Team Adidas will be forced to stay on the ice. And let's talk about our goaltenders. Erin Frankel in net for Adidas. She's making her 7th start this year.
Yeah, 7th start this year, third time playing against Team Sonnet. She's got a perfect record against them so far, holding a 1 goals against average with a .966 save percentage versus Team Sonnet.
Sonnet wins the draw. Sandy Hertz going to send it down low to Jenner.
So by those odds, she's let in the only goal that she will today.
There you go. That's the positivity we need. Ambrose inside the zone. Sonnet put out their top line. And this is a tired group of Adidas players now. Gerbins blocks the shot from Ambrose at the point. That gets a good response from the bench. And now jumping up is Larocque. She gets it to the red line, but not any farther. Here comes Andy Hart in the middle for Hannah Brandt. And that one they can't connect on as Larocque was watching her closely. Now Jenner at the side of the net, hangs on to it. Jenner looks for Ambrose on the far side. She picks it up off the boards. Jenner now in the slot, winds up for the shot, and that hits Larocque. Now Saunier, she was able to come on the ice and help out. She's going to skate it down, and that'll get the full change for Adidas.
We'll keep an eye on Emily Curlette. Went off the ice there. Kind of an awkward play through the neutral zone. And we know that she's playing with that high ankle sprain. She was in a walking boot last weekend. I know she's taped up, but I think she's nursing a little bit of that pain today.
We saw her on the bench yesterday, didn't get any playing time, but they wanted her on the bench for who Emily Curlette is. She's
Curly girl, as they call her.
incredibly positive and just a super supportive teammate.
Well, this Team Adidas really has kind of come together at the right point in the season. Obviously disappointed with the loss last night, but a team that really has gelled well off the ice. And on the other side, Team Sonnet, they're a fan favorite. You know, they were underdog. They played underdog all season. The team just likes to be at the rink together. They have lots of inside jokes. Looks like we're going to have another power play here.
Yeah, Vasco just off the draw, got her stick underneath O'Neill, tripped her up. The other thing to note too, Liz, is that these are the same referees that we had in yesterday's game. I just saw one of the referees talking with Renata Fast, and she didn't look like it was a pleasant conversation. I know there was some criticism of the officiating yesterday.
Well, and I sat down with assistant coach Paul Geiger last night of Team Sonnet, and we were discussing just the different styles of refereeing that we saw yesterday. In the first game, Team Sonnet versus Team Harvey's loved the style that they allowed the athletes to play physical, but called the necessary calls. And then the second game, it was a little bit hit and miss, and it's a hard position for these athletes to read where the line is. And some costly penalties that obviously ended up detrimental for Team Adidas.
It's just not something you would see generally in professional hockey, that you're going to have such a turnaround with the same group of referees as well. But this is a really tough loss that they just had to digest in a championship weekend. They had very little sleep. They had to get up this morning, make a game plan, and they get a shot and a tip in front, and they get their first goal on the power play.
Well, the fatigue doesn't keep Laura Stacey off the board. She's been on quite a run here as a shot from Jocelyn Larocque at the point finds Stacey in front. She's got her, my goodness, it'd be her 8th goal this season. Had a tally of assists in yesterday's game. And a great heads-up play by defenseman Jocelyn Larocque just to get that puck towards the net. Stacey able to get a stick on it.
So Laura Stacey from Jocelyn Larocque. And a tie game here at Toyota Sports Center. And obviously those maybe frustrations with the referees not going against them yet, as they have the better of the power plays now in this game.
Well, this is a tough mental game right now. I mean, I see a lot of frustration from Team Sonnet's bench on maybe some missed calls that they wanted, but we're so early in this hockey game, and you can't let the distraction of referees take away from your team's focus.
They have the puck. Potomac trying to find Nurse in the slot. Can't connect for the shot. Jenner hesitating. It's going to curl back to the boards, and she's going to be picked off by Potomac. Potomac, though, couldn't connect with Nurse for a second time. Nurse now, and Jenner in the corner. Jenner sends it to the near side. Willoughby beats everybody to the puck. Sonnet trying to clear it out. It goes the distance. Jinsey Dunn is going to have to skate this out, just missing the icing call by about a foot.
Jinsey Dunn, just one of those players that I feel like we could just watch her skate around the rink all day. She's got such a seamless, effortless stride.
Nicole Hensley out of her net. Plays the puck over to Bolkin, but they can't connect. Dunn to Willoughby. Willoughby takes the shot. There's a rebound in front. Hensley battling. It's underneath. And it's loose, but we get a whistle in front.
A great scramble play there by Nicole Hensley, tracking that puck as it bounces its way through legs and sticks in front. She's able just to smother that up, and you saw Claire Thompson sit Donovan down right in front, just sending a message here early that they're not going to allow any of those Navy jerseys in front of their goaltender.
10-14 remaining in the first period, a 1-1 hockey game. As O'Neill wins the draw. Stacy in behind Hensley. She's trying to make the pass to Krasaniak at the point, but put into the boards by Thompson. She'll get it back below the goal line. Centering pass to O'Neill. Picked off by Rock. Rock makes the hard pass to Skarupa. Skarupa has Mickelson in front of her. It's taken away by Stacy, and now here comes O'Neill and Vespa the other way. O'Neill along the boards trying to find Vespa, but a great back check by Skarupa. Now Ambrose behind the net. He's got pressure from O'Neill and Vespa. Or sorry, Vespa and Stacy. A little bit of a height difference. Don't know how I got that one wrong. Well, I got someone standing right in front of me that I can't see the net. Krasaniak chips it in behind the D. Now Zandy Hart. D to D pass with Ambrose just missed. Now Potomac causing more trouble as Nurse picks up the loose puck. She tries to find Saunier, and it's intercepted by Skarupa. Sarah Nurse gets it right back. Nurse now inside the zone. They've got numbers. Potomac waiting, open net! And it doesn't, I don't know if Buckles got a piece of that, but it doesn't go in. Now Saunier. Along the boards to Larocque. Potomac in front, still loose, and Hensley finally covers it up. What a shift from Sarah Nurse, Jillian Saunier, and Sarah Potomac.
An absolute flurry for the triple stripe. As I think we're going to head to a commercial break here, Izzy.
And that we will. It's a 1-1 hockey game in the placement game of the PWHPA Championship weekend. We'll be right back after this.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Welcome back inside Toyota Sports Center. A 1-1 hockey game between Team Sonnet and Team Adidas. And we've got the puck in behind Nicole Hensley now, as Brown is going to try to break out with Bunton on the near side. A long pass. They get it in behind DiGirolamo off the boards. But Larocque there to pick up the loose puck. He gets put into the boards by Vasco. Now Bunton finds the loose puck. At the side of the net, she'll cycle it in front to Frankel, but Nurse is going to pick up the puck as a big rebound was in front of Frankel there, and threatening Samantha Kogan. Nurse now inside. And bottled up by two Sonnet players.
Nice little play there by Sarah Nurse, jumping over the defender.
She's been doing that all weekend long.
Well, the hands are slick on Sarah Nurse, and the fun thing about today's game is that we might get an opportunity to see some of these players with a little bit more flair than usual.
Put it all on the line. It's going to be the last game of the PWHPA season. Here's Jenner in front. And Curlette makes a diving play. And you can see the pain that she's in with every stride. And you got to give Emily Curlette credit for the effort she's putting in to be a part of this weekend with her team. And an icing call is going to bring things back in front of Hensley. Let's talk about Nicole Hensley. She's making her 13th start for Team Sonnet.
Yeah, and 4 of those came against Team Adidas. She's the only goaltender on Team Sonnet to have played against Team Adidas, and she's got a 2-2-0 record, 177 goals against average, and a .950 save percentage with 2 of 6 quality starts happening against Team Sonnet. So she's familiar, or Team Adidas, I'm sorry. She's familiar with this Adidas team, and of course they upset Adidas our Sunday in the Tampa Bay Showcase. Big 2-0 win for the Sonnet Slappers. And that kind of got the ball rolling for these athletes as they made the final push towards championship weekend.
Here's Jinsey Dunn moving up. Nice pass from O'Neill, stopped by Hensley. You have Nicole Hensley, who's arguably #1 for Team USA. Get to see her, I'm sure, soon at the World Championships. And then you have the up-and-coming Erin Frankel in net for Adidas, part of the USA hockey program as well.
Yeah, Nicole Hensley, used to seeing a lot of rubber from her time at Lindenwood. I know that some of her games she was facing upwards of 60, 70 shots and keeping her team in 1-goal games. So happy to see her career continue here with the PWHPA, and as you mentioned, Izzy with the U.S. national team.
Well, and I'm sure with Manon Réaume in the stands today, she'll appreciate the incredible talent that we have at the goalie position in the PWHPA. A centering pass to Willoughby, broken up by Buckles. She's going to skate up, chasing the puck down now as Frankel is going to come out and play it. Makes a nice pass to Jinsey Dunn. Now in the neutral zone, Brown waiting for options to regroup inside her zone. She finds Buckles. Long pass to Rock. Rock now to Leslie inside the zone with speed. Leslie to Skarupa to Rock. What passing by Sonnet. And the pass through the slot finds Potomac instead of the intended Leslie. Back the other way, Mickelson jumping up in the play. Her shot blocked by Brown. Cycles down low to Potomac. Sarah Potomac taken down, no call coming. And she just slipped on Abby Rock's stick. And Mickelson now sends Thompson into the boards, and we'll get a penalty against Team Adidas.
And just as you were mentioning the veteran presence of Hensley and the rookie presence of Frankel, Megan Mickelson takes down Claire Thompson. 2 familiar faces for those in Canada, the Canadian national team. And some great chances back and forth, great depth to the attack, and I love to see the creativity coming out of especially Team Sonnet. I mean, we're used to seeing this sort of creativity on the rush from Team Adidas, but nice to see the chemistry flowing from the Slappers.
Jenner trying to send the puck down low to Brandt. She was looking for the tip, but it finds Knight now with the hash marks. Lots of pressure from O'Neill. They move it down to Rock. Down to the point for Ambrose. Both the quarterback for Team Canada and for Team Sonnet. Her shot blocked in front. O'Neill trying to clear it out. A nice move to get around Jenner, and she does clear it out. Now her and Brandt go after each other. And Brandt actually just carries her stick with her to the board, but O'Neill didn't realize. Now Rock inside the zone with Brandt. Sonnet trying to set up again on the power play. Brandt along the wall. They've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to work with. Jenner tries to shoot it in front, blocked twice by Sonnet and Larocque. Now here comes Sonnet. Larocque is jumping up in the play. Sonnet waiting for Nurse. Nurse was at the blue line. She cuts inside on Jenner, but Jenner plays the body and takes the puck away. Here they come. Sonnet, Rock to Jenner, just a little too forward. And Sonnet with a good back check, supported by Sarah Nurse. 45 seconds now remaining on the power play. Thompson to Rock. They'll exchange passes. Thompson now to Zandy Hart, and she was just offside. A great call by the lineswoman as we're right in front of that line.
Oh, we saw earlier in that play, Hannah Brandt and Kristen O'Neill kind of exchange pleasantries on the far side wall there, and Brandt skating away with O'Neill's stick, tossing it towards the Adidas bench. So the competition level, the grind is still there in this seeding game.
Claire Thompson sends it in deep. They've got 30 seconds to work with now on this power play. Skarupa along the wall to Zandy Hart. Over to the far side to Leslie. Some good pressure from Adidas. Not much time for Sonnet to set anything up. Puck is on the boards, and that'll create a battle with Willoughby. Willoughby comes away with the puck. Trying to get behind Claire Thompson. She's dropped at the red line. Skarupa now all alone inside the zone. Does have Zandy Hart helping out. Zandy Hart tries to send it in front. It's still back and forth. Now Leslie to the point. Zandy Hart, tip in front, blocked by Dunn. Dunn finds the loose puck. Over to Potomac. Potomac trying to clear it out. She had Stacy skating by. 5-on-5 now is the tip in front from Leslie, and Frankel plays that perfectly.
Great tracking. That bouncing puck is Team Sonnet able to get a stick on it in front, but Frankel tracks it right into the glove. That's a very difficult save for the young goaltender to make here.
Bunton finds Schneider in the slot. Schneider's shot stopped by Frankel. Brown from an awkward angle gets a shot on Frankel as well. Busy in the last minute is Aaron Frankel. Sonnet still buzzing inside the Adidas zone. Fast. Smart play as she finds Stacy in front of her own net. Stacy now will find the red line and dump it in deep. 2:30 remaining in the first period. Krzyzaniak at the point finds O'Neill. O'Neill toe drags her shot, blocked by Brown. Brown now still battling with O'Neill. Loose puck finds Adidas, but it'll clear itself out of the zone. Now Mickelson is going to put some pressure on Zandy Hart. Carry the puck all the way in. In behind Hensley now. Brandt and Willoughby on the far side now battling for the puck. Willoughby still battling at the hash marks. Vespa and Ambrose will give it a go. And Hensley's going to say that's enough. And we're going to cover things up. We'll get a face-off inside Team Sonnet zone.
They're giving us some fun hockey to watch here in our seeding game on Saturday. And I just wanted to comment on Caitlin Willoughby, the foot speed that she has from a standstill. We saw her and Alexa Vasco in a bit of a foot race, two of the fastest players in the PWHPA, but it's those first three strides that really puts Caitlin Willoughby ahead of the rest.
Now Team Sonnet right back at it. Knight sends it in deep. Larocque gets to the puck first. Now bouncing around, Knight finds it in the slot. She'll find Brandt. Now here's Brianne Jenner with the toe save from Frankel. Loose puck out to Thompson at the point. Claire Thompson with the shot. We know she can score from there. Knight down low to Brandt. Brandt back to Knight. Knight trying to get inside, and it's bouncing around, and Frankel finds it. And she double-checked to make sure she had it, but there it is.
Yeah, it's a tough game for Erin Frankel to come into. I mean, her second shot on net is a breakaway from Hillary Knight. That's definitely not how any goaltender wants to have a start. But I think as we see this game progress, we're going to see her settle down a little bit more. She's chasing the puck a little bit in the blue paint, and that's understandably so. I mean, there's lots of bouncing pucks. Sonnet is getting a good look at the net. And she's able just to kind of ease into her game now, take a deep breath, and continue to give the Triple Stripes an opportunity to take this one.
Here's Laura Stacy now inside. her toe drag. She gets a slash from Rock on the hand, and that's going to be a penalty.
Well, this is the frustration again, right? A play on the near side boards by Kristen O'Neill, who runs over Zandy Hart. I believe it was Sandy Hart. Oh, it may have been Erin Ambrose. And then goes back the other way, and a stick comes up from Abby Rock on Laura Stacey, and Sonnet's sitting for 2 or less. You see Hillary Knight having the conversation with the stripes as Abby Rock slams the door in frustration.
Well, this is kind of the conversation that we had, with such a quick turnaround. And you see Sarah Nurse trying to talk to Abby Rock, too, to maybe just calm her down. But you see the frustration, and I've been in those positions when you're in tournament style of play. You kind of keep getting those calls against you, and it gets under your skin. And you start to see it now with Team Sonnet and the leadership of Hillary Knight going to the referee. We saw it with Sarah Nurse in the Adidas game yesterday, too. Just sometimes having a conversation with the referee and figure out where their mind is at, too.
Well, and I was just going to say, the line may be the physical contact is allowed, but as soon as the sticks come up, and this is kind of the trend of the game right now, right? Allowing a little bit more body on body, but it's really the stick infractions that, the leagues have been trying to crack down on. And that's the difference I see between those two plays.
Nurse now at the top. Just mishandles the puck, and Knight will clear it out. They got 15 seconds. We'll see if Renata Fast decides she wants to do anything with that or just hang on to the puck. Good to see Laura Stacey right back out on the ice as she was shaking her hand off after the slash, but looks to be okay. And that'll be it for the first 20 minutes, a 1-1 hockey game, which is what you want in our placement game. Both teams came out to play as we knew they would, and we're having a great time at Toyota Sports Center. We're going to take a quick break. We've got 40 minutes of hockey left. You're watching the Secret Dream Gap Tour Championship Showcase in Southern California. We'll be right back after this.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
The sun is out. The music is in your control. Your crush is here. The vibe is good. Vizzy Hard Seltzer is a vibe.
My name is Kendall Coyne Schofield. I am from Palos Heights, Illinois. I played my college hockey at Northeastern University, and I'm currently on Team Adidas with the PWHPA. The PWHPA is the Professional Women's Hockey Players Association, and back in May of 2019, a group of players got together to form the Players Association with the mission to change the landscape of women's hockey forever. I hope to see a more consistent product on the ice so that when you turn on your TV during hockey season, you don't just see the NHL, you see women's hockey just as consistently as you see men's hockey. Once we start seeing that, I think we'll really see the true growth that the game has already exceeded, I think, without the infrastructure that it deserves. I remember the first time I saw a women's hockey game was when I was 10 years old, and the Olympic team came through the United Center in Chicago to play Team Canada before the 2002 Olympic Games, and I was just a bug on the glass. And then from there, the next game that I saw was with the women's national team was the one I played in, just to show you the gap of how hard it is to find and see women in hockey. To be it when you can't see it, that's such a strong purpose and mission of the PWHPA. We know how important that visibility is to the next generation, so that when these young girls grow up, they know that there's a place for them to be in this sport professionally and make a living doing it.
Back inside Toyota Sports Center for the placement game of the PWHPA Secret Dream Gap Tour Championship Weekend in Southern California. We have yet to see the sun, Liz. I'm going to keep repeating that until it comes out. But we have a really good hockey game inside here. A 1-1 hockey game. Goals from Hillary Knight shorthanded and Laura Stacey on the power play. So special teams, a big storyline in period 1.
Yeah, both teams looking to stay out of the penalty box. Of course, Sonnet feeling like they got the short end of that stick in period 1, but I think the message is clear. Sticks got to stay down on the ice. As soon as they start creeping up towards the hands and the hip area, seems like these officials are going to send them to the box.
And Abby Rock has 1 minute and 5 seconds left on her penalty that she got at the end of the first period. So Team Adidas starting on the power play. They'll go with Stacey, O'Neill, Vespa, Larocque, and Mickelson. They send the puck in behind Zandy Hart on the far side. Stacey now to the point for Mickelson. Over to Larocque. She's watched closely by Brandt. O'Neill's shot blocked. Vespa gets it in the slot, sends it to Larocque. Larocque through the crease, and Stacey got a piece of it, but still sends it wide.
She certainly had us fooled from up here. What a great look. From that connection again, Jocelyn Larocque to Laura Stacey in front.
Larocque over to Mickelson now. Mickelson to Stacey in the slot. It's loose, still loose, in the crease. And finally, Mickelson finds it as you see both Adidas players hunched over. They knew they had one in tight there.
Just a highlight reel save from Nicole Hensley, who's going zigzag through the blue paint. She's able to get a pad on that, and great support from her defenders to make sure that that puck stays within reach. She's sprawled out, able to cover it up. What a save.
Nicole Hensley has been known to steal games, and she's looking dialed in today. Still 11 seconds before Abby Rock fitting, before she leaves the penalty box.
One of the things I love about Nicole Hensley's game is that she's so calm in the net, and yet she's still able to pull out those extremely athletic desperation saves.
At the side of the net now, Potomac trying to bring it in front. Hensley's going to cover it up. Rock out of the penalty box and on the ice. So back to 5-on-5 hockey, 18:47 remaining in the second period.
You mentioned it at the break, Izzy. A lot of these players preparing for either the World Championship or the camp that they're about to attend for World Championships. So there's certainly an element of reservation for some players, and for others, everything's on the line.
Yeah, Team Canada announcing their roster on our travel day, Thursday, and Team USA opting to do one last selection camp before the World Championship, so they'll get together in a couple weekends' time to make their final selections before we know who will be on Team USA. As Gribbins now inside the zone, she's got support from Donovan going to the net, but the shot goes wide. It clears the zone as fast as put to the ice, but a little bit of a dangerous moment there as the gate was still open.
Yeah, that's just one of those plays that makes your stomach twist in a knot. I hate to see the gates open as players are coming by the bench, but great job that equipment manager there was able to keep the gate closed.
Now Jinsey Dunn taking her time in behind Frankel. And a long pass to Sonia, connects at the red line, but a lot of traffic as Brown and Jenner are there to take it away. Willoughby will find the loose puck though on the return, and Sonia now inside the zone. Quick shot, and it hits Hensley up high. And she's able to make the save. Now Nurse, a bouncing puck. He has along the boards. She'll send it in front, just hits Hensley's skate, and she'll get a whistle inside. And she scored on her before on that angle in the rivalry series.
Yeah, that's again, you see that poise that I was talking about. That's a really weird angle shot. We call it the dead angle for goaltenders, and it's a contested save. What do? Do you stay on your feet? Do you do a post lean? Do you do a reverse post? And Hensley just opts to stay on her feet, watches the puck all the way, good eyes, and able to cover it up. But an awkward angle shot that can trick, any one of these goalies.
Nurse with the takeaway at the blue line. Her shot is high. Now Saunier falls in front, almost gets the rebound from the point shot. Now Nurse chasing the puck below the goal line. Ambrose plays her hard. And they clear the ice. And it looks like Hillary Knight's going to beat the icing call, and she does. Knight now takes the hit from Larocque, and a penalty coming to Jocelyn Larocque. And it's going to be a cross-checking call as she has a few words with the referee.
Just a little overzealous there maybe by Jocelyn Larocque on the check behind her net. And just keeping eyes on Adidas bench as Jill Sonnet went down in front of the net. You saw Hannah Brandt kind of give her the little pat on the back to make sure she was okay. I don't know if it was incidental contact, but nevertheless, she's being tended to by their trainer.
Well, the end of a long season, especially those in the national programs, do a lot of hockey has been played this year. This is what the girls wanted, and they did get it. But nonetheless, you'll get a few extra bumps and bruises. Knight wants the puck back. She gets it. Now Ambrose back to Knight. She'll take the shot. That's blocked by DiGirolamo. And Adidas will send it down the ice.
And you said it, Izzy, all these decisions made to add games, add weekends, add a little bit more travel, those are all based on input provided by the players at the end of last season. So the Players Association holding true to its identity and shaping our decision making based on what the players are wanting.
Here's Knight in front. Couldn't get the shot off. And now Stacy will send it down the ice. Hensley made it. How'd you like that pass from Hensley? That was a better pass than I could ever make. Right through her crease while she was on the outside.
It's a gutsy pass, I'll tell you. The heart rate definitely goes up anytime you have to put the puck across your own open net.
Now Jenner. They've got 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the power play. Rock. Down low to Skarupa. They've got Leslie backdoor. She shoots. She scores! Haley Skarupa from an impossible angle finds the back of the net.
Skarupa from Rockville. We saw her in her hometown last weekend as we were in Arlington, Virginia. And what a great shot from her. Just underneath the dot to the right of Erin Frankel. She finds pocket. Crazy.
Well,
what a
I
crazy
believe
shot.
the power play was just ending. And we'll have to see if they credit her with a power play marker or not. But what a shot from Haley Skarupa to take the lead for Team Sonnet. And we talked about it all season long with the tournament style. It's anybody's game. And Sonnet really leaning towards that. They took Harvey's to overtime yesterday. And now leading Team Adidas in the placement game. Still lots.
Sorry, go ahead, Izzy.
Still lots of hockey to play, though, Liz.
I was just going to say, Haley Skarupa, of course, was added.
Next scramble in front. Frankel will jump on it.
She was added midway through the season this year, as she had some prior work commitments at the beginning of the season that prevented her from registering with the PWHPA. And she reached out to our board and our consulting group to see if there would be an opportunity for her to play. And there was a resounding yes to have her back on board. And happy to see that she's contributing to this Sonnet offense.
Well, Sonnet's still on offense. Inside the Adidas zone, they have the puck in behind Frankel. Tarnowski battling with Larocque. O'Neill trying to get rid of that loose puck inside her own zone. Now it's sent back down. DiGirolamo will pick it off. DiGirolamo sends it to Stacy on the far side. Stacy's trying to clear it, but it's picked off. Larocque will follow up with the loose puck. Now inside the neutral zone and inside Adidas zone. Lots of bouncing pucks today. DiGirolamo now at the red line. She'll send it into the far side corner. Stacy chasing it down and hits the lineswoman as Sonnet was trying to clear it. Now Larocque couldn't connect with the pass to DiGirolamo. Schneider on the puck first. Larocque falls. Schneider now. Larocque doing a good job without her stick, but just keeping Schneider to the outside. Now Sarah Nurse with speed. Forward to Saunier. Saunier with speed. Back to Nurse. Nurse looks for the shot. She gets it and it's tipped in front. They score! Sarah Nurse from Jillian Saunier. And we have a tie game.
Well, this all starts with a great breakout from Team Adidas zone. She finds Jill Saunier at the far blue line, and Saunier with a great heads-up play. She had the option. You could see her look that she considered floating the puck to Kayla Vespa. She opts to drop pass to Sarah Nurse. Nurse with a heads-up play, again, just puts a puck towards the net, Just fortunate to find a couple skates on the way in and solves Hensley.
Well, and a tough break for a really hard back check, and then the puck goes off your skate and in the back of the net. And we've got a tie game now in the placement final. As Sonnet right back to work in the offensive zone. Knight to Ambrose, now to Bulkin. Jenner gets it at the slot and at the side of the net. And Knight was trying to bat that puck out of midair. Now in the neutral zone. Jenner sends it forward. Nurse will get to the puck first. She spins to find Vespa. Krzyzaniak trying to delay, almost ran into Sarah Nurse. Mickelson now bats the puck out of the air and will send it forward for Kayla Vespa. Talked about one of the prettier goals yesterday was Kayla Vespa's as they send the puck in front of the net. Just an incredible wrist shot.
It sounds like the officials called Vespa for the goal, assisted by Nurse and Sonia, so she must have been able to get a stick on that puck that was directed towards the front of the net there. Either way, we're in a tied hockey game. Kayla Vespa, one of those players, I was talking to some of the athletes last night and just seeing how much her development has benefited from the PWHPA.
That's been one of my favorite pieces to the season. Is obviously we talk about the national team members. It's really important for them to continue to have high level of competition and stay in gear. We saw Team USA's head coach yesterday watching. We've seen Gina Kingsbury and all kinds of scouts for Team Canada watching in the Canadian showcases as well. So a recruiting tool, but also a training tool for these girls. But it's kind of the players that are outside of the national program that have been really fun to see, that they continue to play really high level hockey, and they're incredible athletes as well. Just haven't maybe cracked a lineup in the national program, but might get a second look.
Well, I think the dream scenario is that you create a league where you have best on best athletes, and if somebody has a breakout season like I would argue Kayla Vespa has had this year, take her to camp, see what she can do at camp, you know. And for the North Americans right now, as we're predominantly represented by Canadians and Americans, but certainly as we begin to draw international talent, I mean, you're going to see best on best hockey.
And I think you do see some of those younger players who have maybe just graduated from university that are part of the national program in the past, wouldn't have had competition that they could keep up to that pace. And you never really saw people infiltrate those rosters because of that. And now you're seeing the development right before your own eyes, and they get to play with the best in the world.
Just so many elements that these athletes are juggling at this time.
And we hope to have more news as Kristen O'Neill comes through the slot. The shot cleared into the corner. We hope to have more news about what's going to happen in 2023-2024 for you as we get a whistle, and it's going to be a hand pass against adidas. The puck will come outside the zone.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Izzy, the conversations continue, and PWHPA is closer than ever, relying heavily on the networks of people that we've been able to surround ourselves with the last 4 years, but especially the last year and a half to 2 years, making some big things happen.
Keep an eye on our social media pages at the conclusion of our season, as we'll keep everybody up to date as information rolls in. 11:05 remaining in the second period, still a 2-2 hockey game. If you're just joining us, it's been a good one so far, as adidas now breaking out with O'Neill. O'Neill trying to get around Zandy Hart, having some trouble. Potomac will pick up the loose puck. Down low for Stacy. Stacy looking for DiGirolamo at the point. DiGirolamo will come in. The quick shot. A rebound just goes over Potomac's stick. Potomac back to Stacy, or to the far side for DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo back door, and Stacy couldn't get everything on it.
Great job by Sam Cogan there, locking on to number 7. On to adidas, Laura Stacy, one of the speedier players in that roster, and Sam Cogan able to take away the opportunity that she had on the back door.
Now DiGirolamo having herself a shift. Her shot, rebound in front. Potomac once again tied up by Ambrose and can't get the shot off.
Ambrose really flirting with the line there. I mean, her hands were off her body. You could clearly see her stick in the hands of the opponent player, but no call on the play. I think, you know, if I'm Laura McIntosh and I've been arguing some of these calls, maybe I take that one in the back pocket as a win.
Well, and we'll have to give a shout out to Yours and Aaron Ambrose's team, the University of Toronto Varsity Blues, in the finals right now in the OUA Canadian University Sport against Nipissing. And best of luck to them, as Ambrose was supporting the team on her walk into the rink today.
Yeah, there's lots of hockey on the docket coming up, and NCAA as well. We've got the final 4 matchup, final 8, I guess. Ohio State and Quinnipiac, Yale and Northeastern, Colgate and Wisconsin, and Minnesota versus Minnesota Duluth. Those are going to be some great matchups happening today and into next week.
We're going to take a quick break. It's a tie hockey game. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We're at the Toyota Sports Center for the placement game of the California Showcase. It's championship weekend for the PWHPA. We'll be right back after these messages.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
at center ice. Jenner through the slot trying to find Tarnowski, but it reaches Mickelson instead. O'Neill is going to be patient, sends it in behind the net on Hensley. Hensley plays the puck to Ambrose. Now Tarnowski trying to get around Dunn. Jinsey Dunn clears it back into the neutral zone. Thompson to Ambrose. Long pass to Tarnowski at the far blue line. And she gets taken down. Sonnet will try to hang on to the puck as Gavrilova goes into the boards with Curlette. Now Donovan battling for the loose puck in the crease. Sorry, in the center ice. It was in the crease, but in front of the penalty box there.
The official's crease.
Now Thompson inside the zone. Couple nice moves to get over the blue line. Gavrilova with the shot. That one's blocked by Mickelson. Gavrilova picks up the loose puck. To the point for Buckles. Her shot misses wide. Tarnowski. The puck gets taken away by Dunn. 5:26 remaining in the second period. And here come Adidas' Jinsey Dunn. He's got Curlette in front but can't get the pass off the second attempt. It's cleared away by Buckles. Now Brown. Forward for Rock. Rock sends it in deep. It's picked up by Fast. And a penalty coming to Abby Rock as she runs into Jinsey Dunn. And I can't imagine Abby Rock is going to like this. And she's going to skate in front of the referee. And she's going to get called for roughing. It just looked like both of them ran into each other in front of Frankel there. And it's the back referee who makes the call.
Yeah, and I think it's how the play finishes, honestly. I'm not certain that the official saw the entire play. It was definitely incidental contact, but you see Abby Rock's hands come through and up on the Team Adidas player, Jinsey Dunn. And so I think you see that kind of follow through. There's a certain element of intent that it signifies. So Abby Rock will sit for 2 or less on Team Sonnet.
They've scored 1 on the power play. We'll see if they can get 2. Nurse trying to find Dunn on the far side. Or sorry, that was Krasaniak. But it's taken away, and here comes Knight and Brandt. Hillary Knight at the side of the net. Her shot stopped by Frankel. Brandt trying to kill off time. Sandy Hart will take it back into the neutral zone. 1:36 on the clock for the Rock penalty. Ambrose will send it in deep. Fast. Knows that she's got Jenner on her. Krasaniak picks up the loose puck and sends it to Potomac. Now Saunier at the red line. Inside the zone. Saunier in behind Ambrose. Potomac picks up the loose puck. Circles back to the point where Nurse is there. Nurse to Larocque. Now Krasaniak. Krasaniak's going to take the shot. The rebound finds Vasco, but good play by Sarah Nurse. And what is going on?
This is just, I think, a lot of fatigue, Izzy. I think the fatigue is hitting these two teams. The feet stop moving, the hands get up. We see Sarah Nurse take it was a hard play to read, honestly. Alexa Vasco definitely got clipped at an odd angle, whether she was reaching for the puck. Sarah Nurse goes to the box.
So even things up on the ice, 4-on-4. So Abby Rock has 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining on her penalty. We'll play 4-on-4 for that amount of time. And then Sonnet will have a 55-second power play. So Sarah Nurse called for body checking in the offensive zone. Now O'Neill gives it away to Knight. Knight, nice little move there to try and get in behind Larocque, but Frankel picks up the loose puck.
Yeah, put a little flair on it, why don't you, Hill?
A little bit of
Nice
creativity.
Flicking the puck up, looking for the bounce between the defender's leg.
45 seconds left for Abby Rock. And Adidas wins the draw. Larocque thought about clearing it, but 4-on-4, she'll have to skate it over the red line, and now they do get it inside the zone, but taken away right away. Skarupa 2-on-1 developing. She's got Kogan going to the net. Haley Skarupa, oh, nice toe save by Frankel. Still standing as she was making that save.
As the smaller goaltenders looking to have good patience on her feet, and that's exactly what she does on that 2-on-1 play. She outweights the shot, and she's able just to get a pad on that one. Actually, a great save because the rebound otherwise probably would have landed right on the stick of the sprung Sam Cogan.
So Abby Rock out of the penalty box and on the ice now. 53 seconds remaining on the Sonnet power play. They send it to Rock at the point. Out of night along the boards. Jenner comes on the ice. Rock around Stacy to Brandt. Brandt off the bar. And that one's just, I believe it was on the outside as Jenner takes the loose puck. Her shot stopped by Frankel. Now Rock looking for options. She's watched closely by Potomac. She'll cycle down low for Brandt, and now Knight. Jenner on the near side, 20 seconds. Brianne Jenner to Thompson. Now to Rock. Rock with patience again, looking back door, but that's broken up by Jinsey Dunn. 5 seconds before Nurse comes on the ice. And here comes Sarah Potomac as she takes the puck away, and she's going to circle back. Nice play there as she knew she had Sarah Nurse coming, but it's intercepted by Knight. Inside the zone, Knight alone in front. Frankel's yelling, and there's the rebound. A tip in front, sorry, but DiGirolamo there to clear it out for Frankel. Now Potomac back in the neutral zone. Forward for Nurse, and they're offside.
Well, that's a tough one to read there because you're looking at puck possession, and honestly from our angle up here, hard to see if she was in full control. Of course, the great debate if you're in control of the puck going backwards over the blue line. But the linesperson makes the call. We've got a face-off in the neutral zone on Sonnet's side.
So they win the draw. Minute 35 remaining in the period. Still a tie game between Team Sonnet and Team Adidas. They're both playing for third place in the final standings.
Of course, in case we hadn't mentioned it, Team Adidas finishing second overall in the PWHPA standings and Sonnet sitting in fourth.
Nurse now at the side of the net. Played to the outside by Ambrose. Still has it below the goal line. One hands it to Saunier, but can't connect. Nice stick by Micah Zandy Hart. Now down low for Nurse again, a centering pass. Can't connect. Good D from Sonnet as we reach the last minute of play in the second period. Fast inside the Adidas zone. To Nurse. Forward for Vespa. A bouncing puck in the neutral zone. And it finds its way onto the stick of Brianne Jenner. And cleared high, and it's going to be an icing call waved off because Claire Thompson beat everybody to the puck. Thompson now to the point, and it just clears the ice as Bolkin was on her backhand.
We've seen that breakout play a couple times by Team Sonnet, just looking to lob the puck in and beat the icing. It's proven effective for them yesterday and today.
15 seconds left on the clock. And they'll have to be careful. Krasaniak, long pass to Willoughby. Maybe one last chance for Adidas. Willoughby with the shot, rebound for Gribbins, and a good stick by Bolkin to keep that at bay. Willoughby, one last chance for Larocque. The shot just goes wide, and that'll do it for the second period of play. And what a game we have here at Toyota Sports Center.
Yeah, some great back and forth. Of course, penalties are the story of that period, and we'll see what the third period has in store if these two teams can't stay out of the box.
We'll take a quick break. Your third period after this. You're watching the PWHPA Secret Dream Gap California Showcase. It's the placement game.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
The sun is out. The music is in your control. Your crush is here. The vibe is good. Vizzy Hard Seltzer is a vibe.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Well, Liz, potentially the last 20 minutes of hockey between these two teams, and potentially the last time they'll play with PWHPA on their jerseys.
It's been quite a season for both of these squads, and seeing some roster changes. Lots of in and out, especially for Team Adidas coming out out of Tampa Bay. I mean, they had a lot of injuries that they were nursing, and this team at Sonnet has just won the hearts of the fans of the PWHPA. So two great teams here. I know both disappointed to be in this game, but both giving us a great show through the first 40.
Goals from Knight and Skarupa for Sonnet, and then goals from Stacy and Nurse for Adidas, and that's where we stand now. Here's Laura Stacy, backdoor to O'Neill. It's loose in the crease, and it's going to be cleared out. What a stop by Hensley.
A huge save from Nicole Hensley. She gives a little hair flip there. I love to see that. Just coming up big as she does.
Through the neutral zone now, Leslie trying to find the puck in her skates. O'Neill is going to bat it away, and she'll try to clear the ice, but it goes into her own bench, so we'll get the face-off inside the Adidas zone. And a reminder that we have our championship game tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. And if you are in the Palm Springs area, please do come out and support the girls as Team Scotiabank will take on Team Harvey's.
And both teams traveled to Palm Desert today, so they're getting a good rest ahead of that final matchup tomorrow.
Centering pass intended for Jenner is going to go the distance. Hensley's going to come out to play it as Sonia is going to watch her decide where she's going to move the puck, and she does find Thompson. Thompson now below the goal line to Brandt. Anna Brandt, long pass to Bolkin. Bolkin off the boards and a tip by Knight in behind Larocque, but DiGirolamo there to pick up the loose puck. She'll find Sonia. Sonia quick to Nurse on the far side. Nurse chasing down the puck. And she gets tripped into the boards, and a penalty coming to Team Sonnet.
Just kind of an awkward play there. You see Emily Brown put her hands up in disbelief almost as she's making an attempt at the puck and gets her stick tangled up in the skates of Sarah Nurse, who goes down hard. And we've got a Team Adidas power play. This seems to be the story of the game today, Izzy.
Well, they have converted once, but their fourth chance now on the power play. Stacy off the draw. Quick shot! And it just misses. It's still loose in front, and oh, that was close. It fooled Hensley on the redirect, but she's able to cover it up.
And Coach Matt Leitner moving Kayla Vespa onto this line with O'Neill and Stacy for their first power play unit. The chemistry between Laura Stacy and Vespa has been critical to their team's success the last few games.
Shot from Mickelson, misses wide. It goes back to the point. She'll get it back on the near side. Mickelson to Larocque. Jocelyn Larocque and Mickelson exchanging passes. Mickelson takes the shot. It hits off of Ambrose in front. Now O'Neill from an awkward angle hits the side of the net. Vespa picks up the loose puck. Back to O'Neill. O'Neill now closer to the blue line, but she's going to skate it in. A quick shot. That one misses high and wide, and it's going to clear the zone.
Such great foot speed from Kristen O'Neill coming off the half wall there, looking to get that puck on net, but sends it the distance.
An interception from Thompson in the neutral zone, and now she's inside. Quick shot. Hits the top of Frankel. Stays inside the arena, and Adidas will have to play it out of their own zone. A minute remaining on the power play for Adidas. Potomac off the bench, trying to pick up speed through the neutral zone. She moves it forward, and she's got Nurse, but Nurse was offside as he tried to stretch out the leg.
Just a little miscue there at the Team Sonnet blue line.
So Sonia, Nurse, Potomac, done and fast on the ice now.
And we should mention that, I was going to say tonight, these two teams are headed to watch the LA Kings. Of course, hosting this Dream Gap Tour stop, the championship weekend today. So it's not all bad for Sonnet and Adidas today.
Well, we do thank the Anaheim Ducks for hosting us yesterday as well, and the LA Kings today. It's been 2 fantastic days of hockey, and the players have put on a show for both organizations.
Of course, Coachella Valley Firebirds will be hosting the final game. Got a quick snapshot on our social media of that arena, and it looks like it's a great facility for this final stop.
Sonia trying to get a redirect from Nurse in front. They can't connect. Dunn now along the boards. It's going to turn back, skate towards the net. The shot tipped in front, but it stays wide. Nurse now will circle back to the near side board. Sonia picks it up. Back to Dunn. Dunn now in the middle for Fass. Nurse takes that out of the air. Nice moves. And in behind, Sonia make the pass. And Nurse now without a glove tries to make the pass. Now she's going to have to back check without that glove. A dangerous move there as Vasco is trying to lift her stick. She's still able to get it. And now 2-on-2. Potomac will take the shot and glove down by Hensley. And Nurse will be able to retrieve her glove.
Some great looks off that Team Adidas pressure. They're always looking for the secondary and third waves coming in on that attack. You see some nifty zigzag tic-tac-toe plays in front of Nicole Hensley, and I'm sure she's happy to be able to glove that one down, give her team a little breather.
So the penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 16-14 remaining in the third period. We're still looking for the go-ahead goal. Battle along the boards. Krzyzaniak will keep it inside. Brown picks up the loose puck. Her clearance attempt stopped by Donovan in the neutral zone. Brown now will try to regroup with Buckles. Buckles quick to Skarupa, now in the middle, intended for Leslie. It's taken away by Gribbins. Kelly Gribbins is pushed off the puck. Now Leslie to Rock on the near side. They stay onside, trying to get around Krzyzaniak. Krzyzaniak plays her well. D-to-D pass for DiGirolamo on the far side. DiGirolamo finds Willoughby. Willoughby with speed, but she's stopped by Thompson. Thompson now back inside. Gets around Donovan. The shot through Krzyzaniak, stopped by Frankel. Now Bulkin keeps the puck inside for Sonnet. Second attempt, Adidas clears it out. Willoughby finds Vespa with speed, but she's 1-on-3, and Thompson poke checks that away. Now O'Neill takes a big hit, and Skarupa trying to skate away quickly as Laura Stacy wanted a word. You know, you mentioned, and we talked about it at breakfast this morning, there's a level of competition in the PWHP. All these teams want to win, and they're not playing this lightly. Even though this is a placement game, they're playing it hard. But there is that element of that there's a world championship coming in 2 weeks. And when you see some of those national players go down, I'm sure Troy Ryan and
John Wroblewski.
Yes, thank you, are having a little sigh of relief when they stand up.
Well, I mean, these two teams average 2.2 and 2.8 penalties per game, respectively, for Sonnet and Adidas. So they're swinging well above their average, and I can't tell if it's fatigue or frustration or perhaps just the way that the great game goes sometimes, but we're seeing definitely in this game a higher than average special teams mix-up.
So on the power play for the 5th time is Team Adidas. LaRock to Stacy. And she's stopped at the blue line by Thompson, who will clear it down. 1:22 remaining on the power play. LaRock decides to skate it out. They'll send it back to Stacy, but a big bounce off the boards finds Rock. Now Thompson again clearing it out. LaRock, though, able to slow it down. LaRock along the boards. Moves it forward. Nurse there to pick it up. 3-on-2 for Adidas, and Nurse, that one gets poke checked away by Brown. 55 seconds remaining. They still haven't been able to set anything up on the power play. Here's Jinsey Dunn inside. Poke checked away again by Brown. Nurse picks up the loose puck as it was trying to be cleared out. Nurse hanging on to it, but watched closely by Knight. Jinsey Dunn now at the top of this power play formation to Fast. Fast at the side of the net. Back door to Dunn. A quick shot blocker saved by Hensley. Sandy Hart clears it out.
Couple great passes there from Nurse to Jinsey Dunn, just threading the needle, and then again Renata Fast finding a lane cross ice for that shot on net.
Well, they've gotten themselves into some penalty trouble, but doing a really good job on the penalty kill. And Potomac now inside the zone. Potomac watched closely by Vasco. Send it down low for Saunier. And now Dossler. 1 second remaining. The pass from Potomac doesn't connect with anyone. Fast will have to regroup in the neutral zone and quickly back inside. 13 minutes remaining. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And another kill for Sonnet. Now Zandy Hart to Ambrose. Long pass to Brand. Here's a chance for Hannah Brand. Her shot. Blocker saved by Frankel. And good aggressive stop there by Frankel as she was way outside of her crease to take that shot away.
Good heads-up play by Sonnet there, too, just springing Hannah Brandt. After that big kill, I mean, this team has a successful power kill for a reason, and then they look to capitalize as soon as they get to even strength. Of course, with one shorthanded goal already today.
Now inside the zone, Gribbins to DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo sends it down low. She'll continue on the chase of the puck. Thompson comes away with it, but it's loose in the slot. DiGirolamo now sends it in front. It's loose, and Hensley, as she always does, grabs that one out of the air.
I love that one. Just so focused on the puck. I mean, it's a tough shot. You know that they're looking for a rebound in the blue paint there. Not a ton of mustard on it because they're hoping it drops down, and Nicole Hensley just scoops that one up.
12:08 remaining in the third period. A reminder that we do need a winner in this game, so if needed, there will be the same overtime format as we saw yesterday, which is 3-on-3 hockey for 20 minutes of sudden death overtime, and if we still need a winner, we'll go to a 3-person shootout.
As we mentioned in the broadcast yesterday, the championship game, we've changed the overtime format. It'll be 5-on-5 continuous 20-minute periods until a winner is decided.
DiGirolamo backhands it over to Stacy on the near side. Krzyzaniak will follow up as Stacy takes the hit, and now DiGirolamo on the far side. She's going to skate it in. DiGirolamo through 2 Sonnet players. She's got Stacy parked in front. She'll try to get her to the pass. She does on the backhand. Nice little move.
Nice little feed there from Jess DiGirolamo. Behind the back.
And unfortunately for Stacy, she had 4 Sonnet players covering her, so couldn't connect and take the shot. But now that Adidas top line back inside the zone, it's cleared out now. Sandy Hart through the neutral zone. Sandy Hart with the shot. That hits the side of the net. And Nurse trying to pick it up. Sandy Hart takes it back. And Saunier stopped by Bunton. Potomac now looking for options in the neutral zone. Saunier on the far side. Takes an easy shot on Hensley, just wants the face-off inside.
We hear some rowdy fans here today at the Toyota Sport Center. Of course, we always appreciate the fans that are able to come make it out to these Secret Dream Gap Tour stops, whether you've been with us since year one or just joining in. It's an exciting time for women's hockey.
Hensley just dialed in as makes a big blocker save and then gloves down the rebound from Gribbins.
And I said it before, but she's just so calm. Like, the puck is bouncing towards her. They're throwing everything at the net. And she's just this calm presence, calm poise, confidence in the back end. It just gives her team that reassurance.
She faced the most shots by any goaltender in the PWHPA this season.
And I feel like we could make a highlight reel of just Nicole Hensley saves.
Oh, easy. We'd need a two-parter for that.
We would need a docu-series. Just going post to post, the backdoor plays, the breakaways. I mean, she's just an incredible athlete. It's been a pleasure to watch her this entire tour.
We talked about this at breakfast as well, but just getting to know some of our national rivals and getting to know the personalities of Team USA and our American athletes and vice versa. They've been really enjoying getting to know the Canadian athletes a little bit more and some friendships budding. And as we mentioned, you know, you look at two of the best players in the world in Brianne Jenner and Hillary Knight, and they've been incredible on a line together as of late. And Sonnet stacking that first line, it's really been paying off for them. But funny to see two of the best on the American side playing with one of our best.
And soon enough, I mean, it is the great rivalry of Team Canada versus Team USA, but we've shown this season in the PA that these rivalries can spring out of nowhere, and sometimes these partnerships of players that we're not used to seeing play together can really ignite that fuel.
Well, now O'Neill in the neutral zone. Stopped by Brandt. Knight picks up the loose puck, but it's taken right back by Vespa. DiGirolamo telling her partner to send it forward for Stacy. She was alone at the far blue line, but the pass is a little too hot. Back to Krasaniak in the neutral zone. She's trying to find DiGirolamo, but it's given to Knight there offside, and Knight's going to pick up the puck for the lineswoman, and we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone when we come back. It's a 2-2 hockey game between Team Sonnet and Team Adidas. You're watching the PWHPA Secret Dream Gap Showcase Championship Edition.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Welcome back inside Toyota Sports Center. Well, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. 8:50 on the clock. 2-2 is the score.
We saw extra time bonus hockey yesterday in both of our games in Sonnet versus Harvey's and Adidas versus Scotiabank. Izzy, do you think maybe we might be in for some more bonus hockey?
Well, that was close, but Hensley covers up. It looks to be that way. You got two really hot goaltenders. You got two really good teams with a ton of superstars. And why not?
Why not? Give the people what they want.
Don't want to jinx anything, though, for anybody. I don't want to be blamed for any losses.
Well, there's no shutouts on the board, so we're in the clear there by the goalie's account.
Nurse blocks the pass attempt, but Rock will pick up the loose puck. She's inside the zone now. She's looking for an option to pass, and she's going to make a nice spin move there as she tried to get in front of Frankel. Now LaRock. Go ahead, Liz.
No, you go ahead.
We kind of said it at the same time. It didn't even sound like we were talking over each other.
We've spent way too much time together, folks. Now we're starting to think alike.
Well, and if you'd like to see more of Liz and I, head to the PWHPA Instagram page, and we're taking over. We kind of forced the takeover.
We forced it.
Nobody asked us to do it. We told them we were doing it. So it's there for your pleasure, and there's going to be more parts coming. Skarupa now in the neutral zone. It's taken away by Adidas. Buckles, though, gets the puck as she was coming off the bench. Sends it over to Kogan. It's taken away by Dunn. And now O'Neill inside the zone. Sends it in behind as Stacy was chasing the puck down, but Kogan's going to tip that out. Vasco now. Lots of speed between Vasco and O'Neill. Vasco's going to choose to just play it in front of Frankel. She'll leave it for Fast. A good breakout. A fast breakout by Adidas.
I see what you did there.
Well, I hesitated and I had to do it a second time because I was like, no, it's too good. Now Stacy inside the neutral zone. There's a penalty coming, and it must have happened in behind the play because Laura Stacy had the puck the entire time, and then they blew it down.
It's going to be Kristen O'Neill for holding the stick. So I would say an uncommon penalty of the hockey that I've watched this year, but Kristen O'Neill has found herself in some precarious situations throughout the game here. So maybe the referees have kept a close watch, and nevertheless, she goes to the box for two. Team Adidas now, or Team Sonnet, I'm sorry, on the power play.
Feisty is how you can describe Kristen O'Neill. And she'll sit for two. So 6:54 on the clock, 1:48 on her penalty. Knight inside the zone for Sonnet. One-on-one with Fast. Back to the point for Ambrose, over to Jenner. Ambrose, the quarterback of the power play. Knight in her wheelhouse. Down low to Rock. Rock now to Jenner. Her shot blocked by Gribbins, and Gribbins is going to clear it out. And the Sonnet power play has been looking more and more lethal as the game goes on.
Abby Rock almost takes out the stripes there with that hard rim. Picked up by Jenner on the far side.
Knight now at the point. She'll take a shot through traffic. It hits off of Brandt, but they make the save, and DiGirolamo clears it down the ice for Adidas. Adidas just hanging back as Sonnet is making the change. They send the puck into center ice for Rock. She spins and finds Knight at the blue line. Knight looking for Zandy Hart. Zandy Hart one-on-one with DiGirolamo on the far side. Zandy Hart back to Thompson at the blue line. Thompson with the shot blocked. The rebound out on Sarah Nurse's stick, and she'll clear it down. 38 seconds remaining before Kristen O'Neill comes out of the sin bin. Now Leslie through the neutral zone. Leslie trying to go through the middle. She's stopped by LaRock. Skarupa trying to pick up a loose puck, and here comes Laura Stacy. Not what you want to hear if you're Sonnet. Laura Stacy on her backhand in front on Hensley, and he tries to stop and crashes into the net. And Zandy Hart knows that that's not intentional, so she'll let her get up.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Laura Stacy. Both the Sonnet defenders flat-footed in the neutral zone, and she's able to just spring on the breakaway, partial breakaway, I would say. She tries to get Hensley to open up, but she snaps the door.
So 17 seconds left on the penalty kill. They're inside the Sonnet zone. They win the draw. Gribbins does a good job in the face-off circle. And now LaRock chasing the puck below the goal line to kill some more time. 5 seconds remaining. Skarupa at the goal line. Behind the net for Ambrose, and that'll do it. O'Neill back on the ice. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 5 minutes remaining in the placement game. It's still a 2-2 hockey game. And we thank you for joining us. I don't think I ever introduced us, Liz, at the beginning of the game. Too excited to get this one going.
They know us now. People are talking, Izzy. Of course, I want to thank Izzy Germain for joining us on this PWHPA Secret Dream Gap Tour. Been so lucky to have your play-by-play alongside us, and today's your birthday.
I normally take my birthday off. I didn't call in sick today, though. But thanks, Liz. Obviously, nothing without Liz Knox beside me either. We've had such a great season together.
Has been fun.
Now Knight inside the zone trying to battle her way to the net. And she's pushed off the puck, and now here comes Saunier. Saunier pushes the puck forward. Buckles comes back in time. Potomac trying to find Saunier on the far side. It's redirected, but Nurse now inside the zone. Sends it in on Hensley. They'll get a face-off inside. 4 minutes remaining.
This has been a game that's been really dictated by the neutral zone play. You saw a lot of speed through the neutral zone and, dare I say, reckless speed at times. I mean, there's bodies and sticks flying for two teams that have had their difficulties with the penalty box. It's going to make for an exciting last 4 minutes here.
Well, Sonnet wins the draw. Hannah Brandt now in the neutral zone. Falling, no call coming. You always have to take a look now. Knight trying to move the puck forward to Jenner. They do connect, but everybody has time to catch up. Brandt takes a shot. It's blocked by Fast. Now O'Neill. Wish I knew what those guys were saying.
I was just thinking that.
And Vespa pushed off as the puck was coming from up top. And now Stacy is going to chase down the puck in behind Hensley. She'll move it over to the far side to Zandy Hart. Kogan at the blue line. Nurse has to work around the lineswoman to try and make a play on Kogan. Sends the puck back down to Zandy Hart, now to Ambrose. Ambrose through the middle for Bunton. She's pushed off the puck by Krasaniak, and DiGirolamo now sends it in behind Hensley. Hensley continues to come out and plays the puck. Really helpful for Sonnet to break out. Vasco now with speed on the far side. She has Bunton going to the net. Her shot goes wide. Now Zandy Hart at the hash marks. Down low to Vasco. Vasco with the return pass. They don't connect. Here comes Saunier. She's got Potomac and Nurse with her, a 3-on-2. Saunier and Nurse exchange passes, but Saunier misses the return as it just went through her skates. And now Rock at the blue line. 2:30 remaining. Both teams won't want to go to overtime. They'll want to end this in regulation. Rock through her skates. What a move. And the wraparound, it's loose in the crease. And Krasaniak doing a good job in front on Skarupa. Gives Frankel time to cover it up.
Abby Rock, that's the move, just with the puck on a string there, making that little backhand toe drag between the legs look easy. Like she's just out playing Sunday Beer League right now. She just absolutely dangles. A great wraparound chance and a good save by Aaron Frankel, but wow, what a move.
A quick shot off of the face-off from Skarupa, but it hits the side of the net. Now LaRock sends it down the ice. Stacy's going to try to beat the icing call, but great hustle by Emily Brown as she stays with her.
Well, it's just been so fun to watch these players throughout the tour, seeing their creativity, as we mentioned earlier, just the speed of the athletes, and happy to see them continue to put on a show here in Southern California.
Brandt wins the draw. Knight picks up the loose puck. Now Jenner below the goal line trying to find Brandt. And Stacy, though, gets it at the boards. And now Mickelson over the blue line to Vespa. Can't connect. O'Neill runs into Knight. And the puck's still loose inside the Sonnet zone. Vespa takes a shot. And a weird bounce off the glass there as Vespa recovers behind Hensley. 1:40. Thompson up to Jenner. Jenner inside the neutral zone. Now inside the slot, quick shot. That one goes wide. I think Frankel got just a piece of it, enough to send it wide. LaRock now along the boards. Nurse is going to pick up this puck. 1:20 for Sarah Nurse. She's going to go through Rock to pass to Potomac now. The wraparound attempt. And a nice stop by Hensley. Fast off the blue line, leaves it for Saunier. Back to the point for Potomac. Over to Dunn. Dunn with the quick shot. That one's blocked by Zandy Hart. And the sacrifices as we reach the last minute of play in the third period. Are we going to need overtime? Zandy Hart to Ambrose. They're trying to clear it out. Leslie on the near side board does punch the puck out past the blue line. But O'Neill there in the neutral zone. Now with speed. O'Neill sends it in deep. 35 seconds. Zandy Hart off the glass, fast. Stops it at the blue line. The tip in front, it's bouncing through the slot, but Zandy Hart there for Sonnet. 20 seconds. Fast, keeps it in again at the blue line. Hensley was trying to call the offside from her crease. Oh, battle along the boards. Liz, I think we need extra time for the third game in a row. As the players are going to slow things down as the clock hits 0. What a weekend it has been in Southern California.
Well, the concerted effort of the PWHPA to ensure that we had 4 evenly matched rosters, and it's proving to be true here in Southern California. As you mentioned, we went to extra time twice yesterday, now again today. We're just getting all the bonus hockey we can handle.
So it doesn't look like we're going to get a flood. That was a conversation that we had yesterday after the conclusion of 2 overtime wins in the first 3 minutes of overtime. So the decision, I think, has been made to just scrape the ice, remove as much snow as they can, but not get a fresh sheet of ice for these teams. We will have 20 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey coming for you. So it could get really snowy in the 20 minutes, but I guess the conversation yesterday was very rare that you'll go a full 20 minutes 3-on-3.
Oh, you just never say never, right, Izzy? I mean, these two teams have been battling it out all season. With the 3-on-3 format, however, it opens up the ice so much. You got speed on both ends, and it's just a matter of mistake. This is the game of inches, as they say, and one bounce here or there can often spring a team down the other way, as we saw that happen twice in yesterday's matchups.
So how did we get here? Well, we started with a shorthanded Hillary Knight goal. We had a response from Laura Stacey, and then an awkward angle shot that squeaks by Frankel from Haley Skarupa and Sarah Nurse. A hard effort, and sends the puck on net and hits a skate and in. So the superstars coming out to play today. And now we have free 3-on-3 hockey in LA once again to name the third place team of the PWHPA. And it's a little bittersweet. The last time we'll see Team Sonnet and Team Adidas play.
It certainly is. There's been a ton of storylines to follow on these two teams. As you mentioned, finding new lineups, making new friendships. As corny as that sounds, this is the first time we've really been able to construct rosters that weren't limited by geography. And certainly as we carve out our space in women's hockey history, the reality of being able to play anywhere that you are drafted to is something high on our priority list.
Sustainable female professional hockey is coming. And it'll be thanks to the women of the PWHPA. Sonnet wins the draw. Thompson now to Brandt on the far side. She chooses to retreat into the neutral zone. Knight now with speed through the neutral zone, gets around Nurse. Knight to Brandt in the slot. On her backhand, can't connect with the shot. And 3-on-2 right now for Sonnet, as there's a little bit of a miscommunication on the bench, but there's Zandy Hart now joining the play. Her shot, the rebound in the slot, but Mickelson picks it up. Fast is leaving the zone. She decides to come back as Nurse will come off. They send Kristen O'Neill. Now Jinsey Dunn joining the play for Adidas. Jenner, Rock, and Zandy Hart on the ice for Sonnet. O'Neill with speed. Going to take it right to the net. Backhand! And just misses the net wide. What a play by Kristen O'Neill.
Coast to coast like butter on toast, Kristen O'Neill. She goes the distance. What a great move, and Nicole Hensley with a big save.
Now Zandy Hart putting it in behind her. Dunn picks up the loose puck in the corner, but a battle with Zandy Hart. Stacey trying to get the puck to come off the boards there as it was just stuck. And this might be the issue with the ice, but not too much snow there, as you can see. Stacey coming to the outside. Stacey's going to take it to the net, but pushed off the puck by Knight. And hopefully the whistles are put away here, as Knight's going to skate through the neutral zone. 1-on-3 for Hillary Knight. She's still going with the puck. And she's got Ambrose going to the net. Knight still with it. Sends it into the corner for Ambrose. Ambrose and Dunn.
Great sustained pressure there from Hillary Knight as her line mates were changing. She'll go off for the relief now. But that line change thanks to her poise in the offensive zone.
Potomac now. Not many options, but finds Saunier. Saunier 1-on-1 with Jenner. Saunier just loses a handle on the puck, but she's got Nurse with her. Nurse now in the slot. Nurse trying to settle a bouncing puck. She gets the shot, but stopped by Hensley. Now Jenner off the net to play the puck to herself as Sonnet is putting pressure on her. She leaves it for Thompson. Thompson through the neutral zone, poke checked away by Nurse. The bouncing puck. Now Vasco in the slot. Her shot, what a save by Frankel. Now here comes Kristen O'Neill. O'Neill to the net on a breakaway. She shoots, she scores! Kristen O'Neill. A second half for the ages. She's come out of her shell and she wins it for Team Adidas in overtime.
You're darn right. You see Maddie Rudy go to Erin Frankel first, because we all know that breakaway is not possible without that huge save in Team Adidas zone. Kristen O'Neill on the breakaway sends it home. Congratulations, Team Adidas. What an outstanding effort by both these teams.
Erin Frankel coming up big for Team Adidas, and Kristen O'Neill, after a hat trick in Tampa, she climbed the leaderboard in the second half, and she's the one who's going to end it for Team Adidas. They'll take third place in the PWHPA standings. We cannot go out without saying, well, what a game and what a season for Team Sonnet. You got to give them full credit.
Well, and certainly high emotions here. And when I think about some of these players who started out in the first year of the PWHPA and who have may have just played their last game, I mean, what can you say? It's hard not to get emotional.
Well, and a lot of those names, we'll have to see who does stick around. And a lot of those names you mentioned have really sacrificed the last 4 years, but balancing career, school, and professional women's hockey. But they know that maybe their careers do keep them in a region that they won't get drafted to, or maybe a full-time hockey gig just won't be compatible with being dentists, doctors, nurses, firefighters, police officers, the list goes on. But a ton of respect to those athletes and these women who have sacrificed so much to help us in reaching our goal.
Yeah, true testament. And it took all 100 players this year. It takes a village, and from year one, having the buy-in of these athletes, and certainly we've seen players come and players go, but at the end of the day, they've created something really special here. And I know that their names will be written in the history books.
Well, Nicole Hensley having the most saves in the PWHPA this season. You see Erica Howe there as well. Has put up some big points for Sonnet. And
both these teams, just so many incredible athletes.
Well, you see too, this is a team that really battled. They had a couple wins at the end, but they went winless, I believe, in 13 games. And they battled through. They always had smiles on their faces, and they found another gear in championship weekend. Jillian Saunier picking up the third star of the game today.
As you mentioned, I don't think Team Sonnet could have done very much different in yesterday's qualifying game. They put together a strong 60-plus minutes, and it's just a game of bounces. That Team Harvey's just has such confidence. It's Marie-Philippe Poulin, even though she didn't score the goal, there's something the players talk about. There's something that oozes out of her that when they go into extra time, they just feel the confidence. As we see here, to get back to our 3 stars. Third star, Jill Saunier. Second star to Hillary Knight. And first star, of course, with the game-winning goal, the heartbreaker, Kristen O'Neill.
And what a performance by Hillary Knight. She put the team on her back in the last few showcases to really try to get this Team Sonnet going, and had a ton of points. And Kristen O'Neill, I can't say enough about that shot to end things for Team Sonnet as the crowd salutes the players, and the players return the favor for one last time from Toyota Sports Center. We say goodbye to Team Adidas and Team Sonnet for the 2022-2023 campaign, and we wish those who will be graduating from our program and maybe not moving on to the hopeful league that we are hoping to announce soon next season. We thank you. We'll be back tomorrow night. Championship Sunday, 7:30, Palm Springs. It's Team Harvey's taking on Team Scotiabank to be crowned the winners of the PWHPA season. And we hope that you can join us on TSN, ESPN, or globally on YouTube. We thank you again for watching. My name is Izzy Germain for Liz Knox and everybody here in Los Angeles. We say good night.